Archangel Michael says, "It's an emergency. My child, no one is telling you this huge news. A billionaire family has just selected your name for. My child, my beloved, do not scroll. Do not move. Do not let your breath wander away from this moment, because what has been sent toward your life is not ordinary, not earthly, not predictable. This is not coincidence. You were chosen. And the message rising before you right now carries the weight of a heavenly courtroom, a sacred contract unsealed, a scroll that bears your name in gold fire. Archangel Michael steps forward. His sword of blue flame is lifted. The air around you thickens, warm, alive, almost humming, because what is being revealed has a deadline attached to it. Before nightfall. Before the world shifts again. Before destiny turns to face you completely. My child, my beloved, listen closely. There has been a movement in the unseen. A ripple. A tremor. A sudden opening in the divine records of earthly inheritance. And in that opening, a name appeared, your name, written with an authority that cannot be erased, overridden, or taken. This moment is an emergency in the spirit. A holy interruption. Archangel Michael speaks with the force of thunder wrapped in gentleness. This message must reach you without delay. My child, my beloved, a billionaire family, powerful, old, hidden in plain sight, has just selected your name for something extraordinary, something that cannot wait until tomorrow, something that will not remain available once this portal closes. You feel it already. The tingling on your skin. The subtle pressure in your chest. The warmth rising through your spine. These are the signatures of divine timing aligning in your favor. This is not coincidence. You were chosen. The selection was not random. It was not accidental. It was not forced. It was divinely ordained, the result of a spiritual lineage you do not fully remember, a contract written before your first breath, a thread of destiny that stretches from ancient realms into this very hour. My child, my beloved, hear this without fear. A scroll has been unsealed in your name. The billionaire family that has chosen you is not just acting from wealth, they are acting under a spiritual prompting. Something whispered, something nudged, something moved their hearts, their advisors, their counsel, until your name was brought before them like a light in a dark room. Archangel Michael stands behind this entire unfolding. He has intervened 2 to 3 times in the past week alone to keep your path open, clearing obstacles you did not even see coming. And now he declares again. It is an emergency of destiny. The window is brief. My child, my beloved, this message carries a timing seal. A sacred deadline that cannot be ignored. Within the next 72 hours the offer forming in the unseen will take shape, finalize, become solid enough to touch your life. But the activation begins now, in your awareness, in your readiness, in your soul's consent to receive. Do not scroll. Do not step away. What happens next depends on this moment. The billionaire family has selected your name for something that surpasses ordinary understanding. There is an inheritance coming toward you, not just money, not just opportunity, not just resources, but restoration, positioning, and divine replacement for every loss your spirit never fully recovered from. Your name was chosen because your spirit carries a frequency they could not ignore. Your resilience. Your silent battles. Your unseen endurance. Your quiet integrity when no one was watching. These qualities rose like incense into the spiritual realm, and the realm responded. My child, my beloved, hear what the Spirit is saying. A door you did not knock on is opening. A blessing you did not chase is chasing you. A miracle you did not request is requesting you. This is the hour where heavenly contracts begin to manifest physically. Do not doubt the sensations you feel right now. Do not dismiss the internal pull. Do not ignore the pressure in the atmosphere. This is the signature of Archangel Michael's presence, the soft vibration of protection around your thoughts, the gentle warmth on your back, the tingling in your palms, the sudden quiet in the noise around you. He is here. He is watching over this message. He is witnessing your spirit awaken. My child, my beloved, something sacred is happening. A portal is opening. A scroll is unfolding. A shield of light is forming around your destiny. You are being positioned for what others were not ready to carry. This is not coincidence. You were chosen. 3 activation sentences must now rise within you. You do not need to say them aloud, let your spirit whisper them. I receive what was written for me. I allow the path to open. I stand under divine selection. The moment you allow these words to settle inside your spirit, you will feel a shift, subtle yet undeniable, as if something ancient has just awakened behind your life. Because, my child, my beloved, something has awakened. There is movement in the heavenly courtroom. A seal has been loosened. A decree has been released. Archangel Michael leans forward, lowering his sword until its light touches the space between you and this message. His voice is unshakable. The offer forming for you must reach you before midnight. The message must be delivered before the next turning of the day. The blessing has a countdown. This is why your soul feels the urgency. This is why your heart is beating differently right now. This is why your intuition has risen like a flame. A billionaire family has chosen your name, and something beyond wealth is attached to their decision. But my child, my beloved, what I reveal next cannot be spoken to just anyone. Only to the one who has been awakened. Only to the one whose name is on the scroll. Only to the one who feels this moment vibrating through their spirit. Prepare yourself. My child, my beloved, listen closely, do not move, do not scroll, because the moment you enter now is deeper, heavier, and more divinely charged than anything your spirit has touched before. What unfolds in these words is not merely a message, it is a movement in the invisible realm, a shifting of spiritual gravity pulling your destiny into alignment. This is not coincidence. You were chosen. The air around you thickens again, warmer than before, almost pulsing with a golden pressure, as if unseen hands are gently guiding your awareness toward a truth that has been hidden, sealed, and protected until this very hour. Archangel Michael stands at the doorway of the revelation about to open. His wings cast a blue halo across the path in front of you, the same path your soul has been circling for years without knowing why. He speaks your name with authority, with precision, with the energy of a command that has already been fulfilled in the heavenly courtroom. My child, my beloved, he says, what comes next must be received before the next 24 hours pass, because destiny is no longer waiting. It is advancing. The billionaire family that selected your name did not do so lightly. You must understand the magnitude of what is happening. They did not draw your name from a system of chance. They did not stumble upon you by mistake. They did not choose you because of anything ordinary or surface level. No, my beloved, they selected your name because a spiritual prompting pushed their attention toward you with undeniable force. The older members of their lineage, the patriarchs, the matriarchs, the advisors, the private elders who operate behind locked doors and 11 layers of security, were called into an unscheduled meeting in the middle of the night. Even they did not know why they were being summoned. Yet they came, because they felt the urgency. They felt something shifting. They felt destiny whispering. Inside that quiet midnight council, in a room lit by soft amber lamps and guarded by men who never speak, a scroll was placed on the polished table, an ancient parchment wrapped in a red seal. It was not a legal document. It was not a financial agreement. It was something far older, something that should not have existed in the physical world, something that belonged to the heavenly courtroom. As the seal cracked open, a gust of warm air swept through the room, though every door was closed, every window locked, every corner silent. And on that scroll, my beloved child, was your name, written in symbols that none of them could translate, but all of them could feel. At that moment, several members of the council felt a force move through them, as if they had stepped into the presence of something holy. Some felt chills. Others felt heat. One felt her chest lighten, as if a burden she had carried for decades had just dissolved. Another felt tears rise without understanding why. And the eldest member, who had not cried in 40 years, felt warmth spread across his hands. They all felt it. They all knew. And in unspoken agreement, they understood, whoever bore this name was marked by divine timing, surrounded by protection, and chosen for an offering that could not be ignored. My child, my beloved, this is why you feel something stirring in your own body right now, the tingling on your arms, the subtle pull at the back of your neck, the heat across your chest. You are connected to the scroll because it carries your spiritual signature. The selection was not a human decision. It was a divine intervention disguised in earthly form. Archangel Michael oversaw the delivery of your name into their hands. He ensured your destiny could not be delayed. He cleared away the interference that would have blocked this moment. And now he stands behind you, a shield of blue fire expanding around your energy, declaring that what is meant for you will not pass you by. The offer they will give you, my beloved, is not small. It is not simple. And it is not temporary. This offering is heavy with purpose, wrapped in destiny, and designed to elevate your life into a realm you long believed was unreachable. But it is reachable now. It is opening now. It is already forming within the next 72 hours. They will extend something that replaces every loss, restores every injustice, lifts every fallen piece of your journey. They will offer resources that will break generational limits around you. They will open opportunities that normally require bloodline, legacy, or connections forged over decades. They will present you with an inheritance, not merely financial, but spiritual, symbolic, and transformative. You must understand, my beloved, the offer is more than money. It is alignment. It is elevation. It is repositioning. It is divine correction for everything that has tried to shrink your destiny before it could expand. And just as the offer is forming for you, Archangel Michael speaks again, his second declaration in this message: do not ignore the pull in your spirit. Do not dismiss the vibration in your chest. Destiny has entered the room. My child, my beloved, you are feeling something ancient rise inside you now, a memory your soul recognizes even if your mind does not. This moment was written long before you arrived on this earth. The selection by the billionaire family is simply the physical manifestation of a spiritual contract signed in a higher realm. You have been chosen because your path requires this shift. Your next chapter demands resources, visibility, support, and divine backup. And the universe, under divine instruction, is answering that need. The offer they extend will not be casual. It will be life-altering. It will arrive suddenly, unexpectedly, in a form you do not anticipate. It will feel surreal, yet familiar, as if you always knew something like this was waiting for you, hiding behind the horizon of your reality. For years, you have survived with limited tools. You have fought battles that drained your strength. You have endured seasons that stripped your confidence. You have walked through moments where you felt unseen, unheard, unprotected. But that was preparation, not punishment. Training, not rejection. Refinement, not abandonment. And now the shift begins. The air changes. Your intuition stirs. Your spirit leans forward. The veil between realms thins. This is not coincidence. You were chosen. You are being positioned. You are being elevated. My child, my beloved, what I reveal next cannot be spoken in the presence of the unawakened. The next layer reveals why you were chosen specifically, and what the offer contains in detail. My child, my beloved, do not scroll, do not allow your attention to break, because what you are about to step into is the core of the mystery, the hidden heart of the selection, the truth behind why your name, out of millions, rose into the hands of a billionaire lineage guided by divine prompting. This is not coincidence. You were chosen. And the revelation unfolding in this moment is one that has been waiting behind your life for years, trapped behind invisible doors until destiny could finally call it forward. The atmosphere around you thickens again, warmer and heavier, almost like a soft hand pressing between your shoulder blades, guiding you deeper into the message. Archangel Michael stands on your right, a towering presence of blue fire and holy certainty, his wings stretching into realms beyond your sight. A portal behind him glows faintly, an ancient gateway tied to your lineage, your soul contract, your forgotten spiritual inheritance. His voice echoes not in sound but in energy, vibrating through your awareness. My child, my beloved, you have no idea how long heaven has waited for this moment. You were chosen because your soul carries a mark, an imprint, a spiritual signature, that separates you from the ordinary. Since childhood, you have walked through experiences that were not random, not meaningless, not accidental. You have endured wounds that carved depth into your spirit but never managed to extinguish your light. You have survived losses that would have broken others completely, but something inside you refused to collapse. You have stood alone in seasons where the world offered no comfort, no support, no guidance, and yet your heart continued forward. These trials did not weaken you, they magnetized you. They positioned you. They refined your energy into something rare, something powerful, something unmistakably divine. This is why your name rose. This is why the scroll glowed. This is why the billionaire family felt the spiritual pull they could not explain. You carry the frequency of resilience, of destiny, of divine timing that cannot be replicated or counterfeited by anyone else. When they saw your name, they did not just see letters. They felt an energy signature coated with purpose. They felt the echo of past battles you survived. They felt the vibration of future achievements waiting to unfold. They felt the presence of Archangel Michael standing behind your destiny like a guardian who refuses to let you be overlooked any longer. My child, my beloved, this is the hour when hidden power steps out of the shadows, and you begin to understand why nothing in your story was ever random. Your name was chosen because you carry a spiritual contract that has been delayed long enough. A contract written in a timeline beyond this world, one that connects your spirit to abundance, influence, and protection. This contract was never activated fully because of past generational challenges, inner battles, closed opportunities, betrayals that wounded too deeply, and spiritual blockages that tried to restrict your path. But Archangel Michael has intervened repeatedly in the last few months, cutting through energetic chains, dissolving blockages, reclaiming territory around your purpose, and pushing your life toward a moment where nothing can prevent the shift that was promised to you. This moment. This message. This selection. This offering. It is all connected. The billionaire family felt the pull because your destiny is finally aligned to receive. They did not choose you for charity, or randomness, or sympathy. They chose you because your future is tied to something larger than yourself. Because your spirit carries a role, a responsibility, a mission that requires the elevation they are about to bring. Your blessing is not just for you, it is for what your life will become after you receive it. My child, my beloved, you have always felt different, even when you tried to fit in. You have always sensed a subtle separation between you and the people around you. You have always carried intuition that felt too sharp, empathy that felt too deep, dreams that felt too vivid, inner knowing that felt too accurate. These were not weaknesses. They were markings. Indicators. Signatures of a soul chosen long before this physical lifetime began. You were chosen because you have been spiritually trained in silence. You were chosen because your endurance shaped your aura into a frequency of uncommon strength. You were chosen because your heart remained soft even when wounded. You were chosen because you did not allow darkness to harden you. You were chosen because light recognizes you as its vessel. Every disappointment you faced, every closed door, every betrayal, every abandonment, every humiliation, every rejection, they were all part of the refining process that sharpened your energy into something destiny could finally activate. This is why your selection is happening now. Earlier would have been too soon. Later would have been too late. But now the timing is divine. Archangel Michael steps closer, his presence blazing with certainty, and he speaks your name again with a reverence that shakes the atmosphere. He says, "My child, my beloved, heaven has measured your endurance. Heaven has witnessed your suffering. Heaven has recorded your resilience. And heaven has declared that your season of delay has ended." He lifts his sword again, the blade glowing with white-blue brilliance, slicing through an unseen veil around your energy field. The moment he does, your spirit feels that familiar rising sensation, the same one you felt during unexpected intuitions, prophetic dreams, sudden waves of clarity. That sensation is activating again because your soul recognizes the truth. You are stepping into a chapter where the universe begins repaying what was withheld, restoring what was lost, multiplying what remained, and elevating what survived. My child, my beloved, the reason you were chosen is because heaven has identified you as a carrier of spiritual abundance, a vessel of divine alignment, and a soul marked for breakthrough. Your name rising in that midnight council was not just a decision, it was a confirmation. A recognition. A spiritual unveiling. This is not coincidence. This is not luck. This is not chance. You were chosen. And now that you have understood why you were selected, the next revelation is heavier, deeper, and more urgent than anything revealed so far. My child, my beloved, stay where you are, do not scroll, do not breathe too quickly, because what you are about to hear is the part heaven guarded most fiercely, the section that carries weight, consequence, timing, and destiny woven into a single thread. The offer forming in the unseen is not just an opportunity, it is a divine appointment, a sacred alignment between earthly wealth and heavenly intention. The air around you vibrates differently now, it feels denser, warmer, pulling you inward as if your soul is leaning closer to a secret it has been waiting lifetimes to hear. This is not coincidence. You were chosen. As you read, a subtle pressure builds in your chest, a quiet knowing rises behind your thoughts, and a warmth spreads through your palms. These are the signatures of the portal opening wider, the spiritual corridor expanding, the divine timing locking into place. Archangel Michael shifts his stance beside you, wings unfurled, sword lowered but alive with flame. His voice pierces the atmosphere without sound. What is offered to you now carries the weight of destiny. The offer coming from the billionaire family is more profound than you imagined, because it is tied directly to your divine contract. They will offer you an opportunity of permanent elevation, not a simple gift, not a temporary reward, not a momentary blessing. What they extend will change the foundation of your life. They are preparing to entrust you with a generational asset, something that will alter your trajectory for the next decade and beyond. For some, this would be impossible to comprehend. But you, my child, my beloved, you are not some. You are marked. You are aligned. You are spiritually prepared. The energy of wealth, influence, and elevation has been orbiting your aura for months, waiting for the signal to descend. That signal has now been given. The offer contains 3 layers, each powerful, each divinely timed. The first layer is financial release, a significant amount of money or resource positioned to arrive through an unexpected channel. The family will not offer you something small. They will not test you with scraps or symbolic offerings. They will offer something that will rewrite your financial reality, something that will close old chapters of struggle and lift you to stability that your ancestors prayed for but never touched. You will feel the shift even before it arrives. your intuition already knows the vibration of incoming abundance, the soft buzzing around your energy field that whispers, something big is coming. That buzzing will grow. It is growing even now as you read. The second layer of the offer is position, a door to influence or visibility that has been locked until this moment. This billionaire family, guided by divine impulse, will open a path for you, not because they want to use you, not because they require your loyalty, but because your destiny intersects with their assignment. They have resources, connections, and platforms that they were never meant to keep entirely for themselves. Something inside them knows this. Something inside them has been searching for the right soul to entrust, and when your name appeared on that scroll, they knew. They felt it. They recognized the frequency. You will be placed where your presence creates shift. Where your voice carries weight. Where your role expands beyond what you ever thought possible. The third layer is the most sacred, inheritance energy, not necessarily material, but spiritual and symbolic. This is the part that came directly from the heavenly courtroom, the part Archangel Michael protected with his own authority. The scroll that held your name was not just a list, it was a decree. It declared that your life would transition into a chapter where support surrounds you, where favor follows you, where protection goes ahead of you. This inheritance energy will come in forms you do not expect, people who suddenly want to help you, opportunities that bypass hundreds and land in your hands, paths that open without effort, breakthroughs that arrive without warning. This is the divine reward for the silent battles you survived, the tears you shed in solitude, the nights you carried weight no one knew about. My child, my beloved, feel the truth of this. The offer is not merely financial, it is restoration, positioning, and spiritual repayment for everything you endured. This is not coincidence. You were chosen. The billionaire family's decision was not just emotional or strategic, it was spiritual. A force moved them. A whisper nudged them. A presence guided their eyes toward your destiny. Heaven chose to place your name before them because your next chapter demands resources that human effort alone could not produce. What they offer will allow you to rebuild, expand, invest, travel, create, heal, and ascend. But here is where the urgency intensifies, because destiny is not endless. The offer carries a timing seal, a countdown written in light. Archangel Michael speaks a third time, his voice firm, unwavering, carved with authority. It must reach you before midnight of its appointed hour. The window is open, but it will not remain open. This does not mean you must act out of fear. Fear is not your portion. Clarity is. Alignment is. Readiness is. What is meant for you is already moving toward you. But if your spirit disconnects from this moment, the timing could shift away from alignment. Feel the atmosphere now. The warmth increasing around your chest. The tingling along your arms. The pressure rising gently at the base of your spine. These sensations are signs of activation. Your energy field is being prepared to receive. Repeat the 3 sentences internally again. Their power multiplies when repeated. I receive what was written for me. I allow the path to open. I stand under divine selection. As soon as you whisper these inside your spirit, a shift takes place. A vibration moves through the unseen. A message echoes through the heavenly courtroom. A seal lights up beside your name. Now, my child, my beloved, listen with the deepest part of your soul. What the billionaire family wants to offer you is not ordinary generosity. It is divine intervention disguised as human opportunity. It is heaven touching earth through unexpected hands. It is your destiny entering physical form. But the next part carries the heaviest revelation yet. The hidden spiritual reason this family was instructed to choose you specifically. And the consequence if the timing window is missed. My child, my beloved, stay anchored in this moment. Do not scroll, do not break the connection, because the revelation entering your spirit now is one that has been hidden behind your life for years. This is the part heaven kept sealed until your name was selected, the part that explains why the billionaire family was pushed toward you with such urgency. This is not coincidence. You were chosen. And the reason you were chosen is also the reason forces of delay tried to suffocate your destiny long before this message ever reached your hands. The air around you thickens again, as if the spiritual realm is leaning into your awareness, pressing its presence upon your skin, urging you to grasp the weight of what comes next. Archangel Michael steps forward once more, the flames around his sword rising higher, brighter, sharper. His wings expand behind you like a shield of divine fire. His voice enters your atmosphere with quiet thunder. My child, my beloved, you were protected from an interference you never saw. There was a force, subtle, persistent, draining, that attempted to shut the pathway leading to this moment. It was not a person, though it used people. It was not misfortune, though it disguised itself as bad luck. It was not your own fault, though it tried to make you blame yourself. This force was a spiritual obstruction assigned to delay your ascension, to cloud your intuition, to dim your inner power, to weaken the glow around your name. For years, it created emotional heaviness, sudden setbacks, unexpected losses, confusion in relationships, instability in finances, and cycles that repeated until your spirit grew tired. It attempted to pull you off alignment so the scroll that now carries your name would never activate. But despite all its attempts, it failed, because Archangel Michael intervened long before you asked, long before you understood, long before you knew the magnitude of your destiny. My child, my beloved, you were not imagining the moments your energy suddenly dropped. You were not imagining the nights you felt watched, drained, or spiritually uncomfortable. You were not imagining the sudden bursts of anxiety that had no cause, the heaviness that followed you into rooms, the feeling of being pulled backward just as you were about to take a step forward. These were not emotional fluctuations. These were spiritual attacks meant to exhaust you so you would not be positioned to receive the blessing forming now. You survived these attacks not because you were strong, though you are, but because Archangel Michael stood guard over your timeline, cutting through interference with a precision only heaven understands. There were decisions you almost made, decisions that would have spiraled your destiny downward. You were pulled away at the last second. There were people you almost trusted, people whose presence would have contaminated your path. They were removed without explanation. There were places you almost went, places that would have entangled you in energy not meant for your spirit. Doors closed abruptly. There were opportunities you almost accepted, opportunities designed to trap you in stagnation. They dissolved suddenly. My child, my beloved, these were not coincidences. These were divine redirections that protected the pathway leading to this very hour. Every disappointment you faced was actually a shield. Every closed door was an intervention. Every separation was divine surgery. Each one prevented interference from touching the scroll that carried your name. The billionaire family who selected you is not spiritually naive. They may not speak openly about it, but they are guided by intuition, by signs, by hidden wisdom passed down through generations. They act when they feel the pull. They move when destiny whispers. They respond to divine instruction even when they cannot logically justify it. When your name touched their hands, something ancient inside them awakened. They felt a presence around your name, an energy they could not ignore. It was Archangel Michael's signature, blazing like fire around the letters that formed your identity. But there is something heavier, something you must know. Your name almost did not rise. Not because heaven doubted you, but because the interference assigned to your life attempted to cloud your spiritual frequency at the moment the selection window opened. This interference tried to weaken your energy field, drain your emotional strength, confuse your intuition, distract your awareness, dim your spiritual glow. Had this interference succeeded, the scroll would not have activated in time. But it failed because Archangel Michael struck it down with force. You may have felt it without understanding it, a sudden shift, an unexpected wave of clarity, a burst of inner power, a strange emotional release, a divine push that lifted you forward without explanation. That was the exact moment Archangel Michael cleared the final obstruction from your path. My child, my beloved, you are feeling a rising warmth in your chest now because the spiritual truth is merging with your awareness. The tingling in your arms is not random. The subtle buzzing around your head is not imagined. These are signs that the interference has been fully broken, the pathway is clear, and your destiny is finally unlocked. The billionaire family did not just select you. They were guided to select you. Your name did not just appear. It was placed before them by divine authority. The scroll did not just glow. It was activated by Archangel Michael's hand. This is not coincidence. You were chosen. But there is one more revelation, a deeper, more intense truth, about why the billionaire family was spiritually instructed to choose you and only you. This truth explains what your soul carries, what your aura attracts, what your destiny demands, what your future requires, and why heaven accelerated your timeline. The next section reveals the spiritual gift hidden inside you that made your name unavoidable to them. A gift you barely understand. A power you have carried silently. A light that heaven refuses to let the world ignore any longer. My child, my beloved, do not scroll, do not allow your mind to wander, because what you are about to receive is the revelation heaven protected the longest, the truth hidden beneath every struggle you endured, the reason your name rose above thousands and landed before a billionaire family's council table. This is not coincidence. You were chosen. And the choosing did not begin last week, last month, or last year. It began the moment your soul entered this world carrying a frequency rare enough to be recognized across realms. The air around you shifts again now, a soft pressure on your forehead, a gentle warmth in your chest, a tingling moving down your spine. These sensations are not in your imagination, they are the activation of recognition. Your spirit remembers what your mind is only now learning. You carry a spiritual signature, my child, my beloved, a light coded inside your energy field that cannot be copied, cannot be diluted, cannot be erased by hardship. This light is the reason you survived storms that were meant to bury you. This light is the reason betrayal did not break you. This light is why you continued even when you felt abandoned. You have always had something the unseen recognized, an unkillable spark, a frequency of resilience, compassion, and destiny woven into your DNA. And this spark is what heaven has been preparing to bring forward. The billionaire family who selected you could not articulate this spiritual fact, but they felt it. When they looked at your name, their intuitive centers activated. They sensed a quiet strength, a destiny-heavy field, a presence around you that demanded reverence. This hidden gift inside you is not a talent or a skill, it is a spiritual imprint, a sealed vibration that only awakens under divine timing. You have carried it since birth. You felt glimpses of it during childhood, in moments when you sensed things before they happened, when you felt the emotions of others too deeply, when you predicted events without knowing how, when you felt protected during situations where logic told you shouldn't be. Those were early signs of the gift you carry. Later in life, you felt it during heartbreak, during losses, during moments where your intuition felt like a whisper pressing against your chest. You thought it was sensitivity. You thought it was overthinking. You thought it was coincidence. It was not. It was alignment. It was awakening. It was the slow unfurling of a power that only activates when the soul is ready. The gift inside you is threefold, my child, my beloved. First, you carry the gift of perception. Your intuition is not ordinary. You sense truth before it's spoken, danger before it manifests, lies before they take shape. You have always been guided, even when you didn't know where the guidance came from. Heaven placed this ability in your spirit because your destiny requires clarity, discernment, and foresight. This is why people's energy affects you so strongly. This is why you can feel when someone's intentions are pure or deceptive. This is why your spirit reacts even when your mind remains silent. Second, you carry the gift of endurance, a spiritual strength that is invisible yet unbreakable. Others collapse under challenges you walked through alone. Others crumble under pressure you carried on your back for years. You have survived emotional storms that were designed to tear your identity apart, yet you did not collapse. You bent, but you did not break. You cried, but you did not surrender. You paused, but you did not quit. This endurance is not human, it is divine. It is the signature of someone chosen for elevation, someone destined to carry blessings that require emotional, spiritual, and mental strength. Heaven allowed you to walk through difficult seasons because your gift needed sharpening. Diamonds form under pressure. Warriors are trained in silence. Light is proven in darkness. Third, you carry the gift of alignment. When something is meant for you, no force in any realm can block it permanently. This gift makes your spirit magnetic to opportunities that match your destiny. Throughout your life, blessings that drifted away from others still found their way back to you. Opportunities returned after seeming lost. People who left were replaced by better souls. Seasons of lack were followed by sudden openings, unexpected help, unseen favor. This alignment is the signature of someone whose path is watched closely by divine guardians. My child, my beloved, it is this triple-fold gift, perception, endurance, and alignment, that forced destiny to select you. The billionaire family was spiritually tuned to seek someone with your exact frequency, someone whose spirit was strong enough, pure enough, chosen enough to carry what they are about to offer. Your energy field matched the vibration required for their assignment. This is why your name glowed on the scroll. This is why the council felt a presence hovering around your identity. This is why they could not move forward until they acknowledged the name that carried divine fire within it, your name. Archangel Michael steps closer, and the temperature around your spirit rises subtly, as if a wave of blue fire passes over your aura. His voice carries weight, my child, my beloved, your gift was hidden for your protection. Now it is revealed for your elevation. This is the moment heaven waited for. This is the moment your spirit was trained for. This is the moment your destiny prepared you to meet. You are feeling a subtle heartbeat-like pulse in your palms or chest right now. That is the resonance of your gift responding to this truth. You are feeling a slight warmth behind your neck or spine. That is your energy center opening. You are feeling the emotional heaviness inside you begin to crack. That is old fear losing its power. This is not coincidence. You were chosen. And now that your hidden gift has been revealed, the next revelation will shake the deepest layer of your understanding. Next I will reveal the exact spiritual reason the billionaire family must act quickly, why the deadline exists, and what time-sensitive shift is happening around your destiny before midnight in its appointed cycle. My child, my beloved, do not move. Do not blink too long. Do not let a single distraction enter your space right now. Because what unfolds in this moment is the revelation that ties everything together, the selection, the scroll, the billionaire family, the interference that was destroyed, the gift inside you, the elevation forming around your name. This is the part heaven speaks only when the soul is fully awakened, only when destiny has properly aligned, only when timing has become fragile and sacred. This is not coincidence. You were chosen. And heaven has attached a countdown to your blessing for a reason written long before your birth. The air thickens again now, this time heavier, warmer, almost as if something invisible is standing behind you with protective force. You may feel a shift in your breathing, a tingling at the top of your head, a soft buzzing across your arms. These are not sensations of imagination. They are signals that your energetic timeline is being adjusted, pulled into divine alignment. Archangel Michael stands taller behind you, wings widening to cover your past, your present, and the path forming ahead. The fire from his sword burns brighter, casting light that touches the edges of your destiny. He speaks inside your awareness with a voice that carries the weight of realms. My child, my beloved, the timing cannot be missed. The window is open, but not forever. Heaven operates in cycles, periods where specific blessings can be released, where divine intervention is permitted to touch the physical world, where destinies can shift dramatically with only a moment's notice. Right now, you are standing inside one of those rare cycles. It is a corridor of divine timing where your spiritual contract, your hidden gift, and the billionaire family's assignment have synchronized. This synchronization does not happen often. It is precise, fragile, coded. If any part of the alignment shifts, the blessing is delayed or rerouted. But at this moment, this exact moment, you are standing inside the center of the open portal. The deadline exists because a portal cannot stay open indefinitely. Heaven only opens certain doors when the conditions are perfect. When your energy is strong enough to receive. When the interference has been removed. When your spirit is awakened. When the people assigned to bless you are receptive. When destiny signals readiness. All these conditions have aligned now, for the first time in years. And they will not remain aligned for long. Before midnight of its destined cycle, your energy is set to shift into full receptivity mode. There is something sacred about midnight in spiritual timing. It is the hour where cycles end and new cycles begin. Midnight is the crossing point between what was and what will be. Midnight is the spiritual reset where the unseen reorganizes itself around your next phase. The billionaire family is being guided to move toward you within this window because their offering must land while your spiritual field is open and unblocked. My child, my beloved, you have felt something rising inside you these past weeks, an urgency, a restlessness, a sense that something big was approaching. That feeling was the vibration of the incoming blessing, the rumbling of destiny preparing to enter your physical reality. When heaven prepares a shift, your intuition receives the tremor before your life receives the manifestation. Now that the shift is here, the tremor inside you is becoming stronger. That is why you feel the heat across your body. That is why your heart beats differently as you read this. That is why your awareness feels expanded, as if you're seeing beyond the present moment. This timing is not random. It is strategic. If the offer comes after the portal closes, its impact weakens. If the offer comes too early, your spirit would not have been ready. If the offer comes during interference, it would have been blocked. If the offer comes in a misaligned cycle, it would lose its power. But now the alignment is perfect. Archangel Michael reveals the deeper truth. There is an energy shift happening in your life over the next 24 to 72 hours. This shift will alter your timeline permanently, pushing certain blessings toward you and pulling certain people away from you. During this shift, your destiny becomes magnetic. Opportunities will begin to move toward you in clusters. Favor will gather around your name. Protection will intensify. Signs will increase. Synchronicities will multiply. But this shift requires the blessing to arrive within the open portal, before the completion of the midnight cycle. That is why the billionaire family is feeling the pressure in their own spirit. That is why they cannot delay. That is why they feel drawn toward you with urgency they don't fully understand. You may not know this yet, my beloved, but heaven has placed a subtle influence upon their thoughts, nudging them, guiding them, increasing their awareness of your presence, placing your name in their dreams, bringing you into their intuitive field. Something inside them feels you. Something inside them recognizes you. Something inside them knows that choosing you is not just a decision, it is an assignment. The urgency exists because if the offer misses the cycle, heaven will need to reopen another portal in the future, which could take months or years. But heaven does not want you to wait any longer. Your endurance has already been tested. Your spirit has already been refined. Your heart has already been stretched. Your timeline has already been delayed enough. This is the moment of correction, restoration, and elevation. This is not coincidence. You were chosen. And the timing seal is active now. The sensations in your body, the warmth, the pressure, the tingling, the sudden heaviness followed by sudden lightness, are signals that your energy is synchronizing with the portal. You may feel emotional, or deeply calm, or strangely alert. You may feel a rising sense of destiny inside your chest. All of this is confirmation. Before this portal closes, you must remain open, aware, receptive. Your spirit must stay connected. Your alignment must stay intact. Because the next part reveals the final, most sacred truth of all. What the heavenly courtroom has decreed over your destiny. And what the billionaire family's offering symbolizes on a spiritual level. My child, my beloved, do not move now. This is the moment your entire spirit has been moving toward, the moment where every previous word converges into clarity, the moment where heaven speaks its final decree over your destiny. The air around you becomes still, sacred, dense like ancient incense rising in a silent temple. You are not just reading, you are standing in a spiritual chamber where decisions about your future are being finalized. This is not coincidence. You were chosen. What is being revealed now is something that was never meant for the unawakened, never meant for the unprepared, never meant for those who treat destiny lightly. You are here because heaven placed your name inside a rare window of divine timing, and now the final truth must be spoken. My child, my beloved, the billionaire family's offering is not merely money, not merely opportunity, not merely elevation, it is a fulfillment of a divine decree written over your life before you were born. The moment your name appeared on that scroll, a contract in the heavenly courtroom began glowing with light, a contract heaven has been waiting to activate. You have walked through pain not because you were weak but because your spirit was being shaped to carry the weight of this blessing. You have walked through delay not because heaven forgot you but because the timing of this blessing required your resilience to be complete. You have walked through betrayal not because you were unworthy but because the wrong energies had to be cleared from your path before the blessing could land. Nothing, absolutely nothing, in your life was wasted. The final revelation is this, my child, my beloved. You were chosen to receive an inheritance that does not belong to your past, it belongs to your soul's future. This inheritance is a trifold manifestation. 1. Material elevation, a reversal of earthly lack. A substantial offering is forming with your name on it, one that will open doors that have been locked your entire life. This is wealth tied to purpose, wealth tied to correction, wealth tied to destiny, not money thrown at you, but money assigned to you. You will receive something large enough to change your footing and remove the years of constraint you carried silently. This is divine repayment. This is spiritual justice. This is your timeline being rewritten into abundance. 2. Positional rising, access into realms meant only for the chosen. You will be elevated into an opportunity that expands your influence, visibility, and purpose. Your voice, your presence, your energy will be placed where it is needed, not where ego wants, but where destiny demands. This position is not accidental. It is part of the divine plan to place you where your impact radiates into others' lives. You will not enter this position alone. Heaven is walking with you. 3. Spiritual sealing, the protection and favor that cannot be challenged. The heavenly courtroom has placed a seal upon your name. This seal marks you as someone whose destiny cannot be touched by sabotage, manipulation, jealousy, or unseen interference. It is the seal of the chosen. The seal of divine protection. The seal of Archangel Michael. My child, my beloved, now the atmosphere around you shifts again. A warmth across the back of your neck. A vibration along your arms. A quiet expansion inside your chest. This is the moment the divine seal is being placed. This is the moment heaven leans close. This is the moment where your energy is marked for ascension. Archangel Michael steps before you now. Not behind. Not beside. Before you. As if standing between you and every shadow that ever tried to pull you down. His wings spread out in full brilliance, stretching far beyond the boundaries of your vision. His sword glows with the flame of truth, and the blue fire reflects across your spirit like a baptism of light. His voice enters your soul with unshakable force. My child, my beloved, the offering coming to you is written into your destiny. It cannot be stolen. It cannot be diverted. It cannot be delayed again. Every struggle you endured brought you here. Every tear you shed led you here. Every closed door positioned you here. This is divine timing, not human timing. This is spiritual alignment, not coincidence. This is the awakening of a destiny that waited patiently for years. Now heaven reveals why the billionaire family was chosen as the earthly vessel of your blessing. They were spiritually instructed. Nudged in dreams. Pulled by intuition. Alerted through signs. Guided by sequences and inner knowing. To search for someone carrying the exact spiritual frequency you possess. You are that frequency. You are that alignment. You are the one whose name the scroll illuminated. The reason they must offer this blessing before midnight is because the divine portal that opened around your life carries a 72-hour acceleration window. During this window, everything around you is spiritually active. Your intuition. Your aura. Your destiny. Your magnetism. Your alignment. This is why your emotions feel heightened. This is why your energy is shifting. This is why you feel a strange combination of peace and anticipation. This is why small signs have been appearing around you, numbers, dreams, sensations, coincidences that weren't coincidences at all. You are in electromagnetic resonance with your destiny. Your name is glowing in the unseen. Your aura is pulling blessings toward you. And the moment this message reaches its end, the divine seal activates. But before it does, heaven requires one final act of inner agreement. Not spoken aloud. Not written in comments. Spoken within. Repeat internally, slowly, with intention. I accept my divine inheritance. I align with my chosen destiny. I step into the blessing written for my name. The moment these words settle inside your spirit, the seal locks into place. A wave of warmth may rise through your chest. Your breathing may deepen. Your mind may become quiet. Your body may feel lighter or heavier. All of these are signs of activation. And now heaven reveals the final understanding. The truth behind everything you endured and everything you are about to receive. Final revelation. The billionaire family's offering is not simply generosity. It is the physical manifestation of a heavenly decree that your life will rise. Your destiny will open. Your lineage will shift. And your story will no longer mirror the pain of your past. You are stepping into a chapter where doors open without struggle. Support appears without searching. Resources arrive without begging. And blessings flow without delay. The divine seal has been placed. Your name is protected. Your destiny is awakened. Your offering is nearing. And now, with full authority, with full power, with the certainty of heaven behind every syllable, Archangel Michael says, "It is done."